Adiraj Brahmand. Today's topic is food. So let's know about food because food is very important in our daily life. How we consume this food, and this food is giving lots of energy. Let's know more about it from our Mahagururaj. So first of all, I would like to welcome Mahagururaj. Welcome Mahagururaj. Namaskar. So we have few questions and lots to know about the food. So I would like to say that please say to our audience about it little more about the food.
When it comes to food, especially in today's world where everybody is busy, it's like apart from the previous time where only females or ladies they used to cook, and men they used to do the outside work, and ladies used to do the inside work. So now everything has changed. Now everybody is doing almost all kind of work, which is very good in a way. But then again, we are missing that essence of food. Like when it comes to reality, and if you understand energy, when you are actually cooking food, for many people now it has become a burden.
Yeah, it is like giving some type of pressure on them.
Yes, that's correct. And apart from that, it also happens that in many cases, like people maybe they are busy with their office work, they are busy with their business, where they are busy with their thousands other works, and they have to take out time and then they have to cook food. And somehow they have to just cook, somehow they have to manage, and somehow they have to move on. But this is not the right thing, this is not the right way. If I talk about energy, like every time it is just only for those people.
The most important that energy we get is from food only, for our body.
That's correct. And here I'm going to talk about only about those people who cook food. I'm going to talk about them. Like if somebody is cooking food, then that's, if I talk about the energy world, then that will be a kind of opportunity.
Is it important for the cooking person to be, their mind should be so much cool and calm?
Yeah, everything matters actually. That's what I'm going to talk about. So what I was saying, that this would be a kind of opportunity, whenever you're making food. Because if you're cooking, say for example, you're cooking for your family member and there are 10 members in your family, 5 members or 20 members, whatever. So when you're cooking food, actually you have got an opportunity where you can feed all those people with all those kind of energy, whatever you are having inside. So if you are having a good and positive energy while cooking, then your good and positive energy is gonna mix with that food, and that's what you're gonna serve them to eat. Somewhere, if you are a cook, then you should have this kind of awareness that you are going to feed people your energy. So when it comes to your energy, you should think what kind of energy you are carrying. That is why, this is the reason why, if I talk about same kitchen, I talk about same ingredients, I talk about same stuff, same recipe, same dishes.
So if we use the same thing, then also we have different types of taste.
That's correct. This is the reason why people they do have different kind of taste. Even if you put everything, even if you measure like gram, milligram, if you calculate, measure everything, and then even if you add everything, all the spices and whatever required things in the dish, in the food, still you will get to see that the different cook will have different taste. And the reason is the energy.
I have seen this.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. And the reason is energy.
Different type of energy we carry.
Yes. So that is why it is very important. If you are cooking something, then you should know that you are going to do a very important thing, which is very, very important. Cooking is not like an ordinary thing which anyone can do just like that. It's just because people they don't value it, that does not mean that it does not have value. Food has energy, is like something which is very, very valuable, because without proper food energy, people won't get proper amount of energy to work, to think and to do anything and everything. So when it comes to food, it is very important to have a proper food, and when it comes to proper food, it is very important to have a proper mental state of mind where the cook will have positive energy, ample of peaceful energy, where the cook will cook food by keeping in remembrance of Almighty God. Our cook should be very happy while cooking food. So
for being happy, I have seen most of the time they hear music. Is it better to hear music while cooking?
Now that depends. If somebody is listening to rocking kind of music, like very weird kind of music, I must say. Like people have come up with, I have no idea should I call it a music or not, but it's like very painful kind of thing people they listen. I'm not talking about all those things, of course. It should be something which is related to spirituality if it's possible. And it's something which should be very soothing, very peaceful, because whatever energy you are feeling, you're going to mix that energy while cooking food. I'm talking about the cook. So when you are going to mix those energy to the food, then you should be aware of it that if your energy is not good, if it is not up to the mark, if it is disturbed, if you are angry, if you are irritated, if you got a lot of work, and if you have complaining thoughts and all, and if you are listening to something which is completely useless, meaningless, baseless, and you are cooking food, then you are going to do the disservice. You are going to
generate... It will affect the people who will eat.
No, it will affect not only the people who will eat, that's very obvious, but of course it will affect the cook. The cook karma will be negative. So in order to protect yourself from negative effect, negative karma, the cook should keep that thing in their mind that they are not going to do an ordinary thing. This is something which is very important.
Very important work for the people, for whoever he is cooking.
Of course, see, everything is like we all are surviving because of energy. If energy won't be there, then nobody would survive no matter what.
Yeah.
So energy is the most important thing, and food is one of the most important source of energy which we get from food.
Without food, we can't live.
That's what people, they cannot live without food. Yes, there are some situations, conditions under which people can survive without food. I'm not going to that. That's something different. But yes, generally, if you talk about without food, it's not possible to live. And if you are a cook and if you are cooking something, then you should check your mental status. If you are mentally and physically neat and clean, and then if you are cooking and then you are serving them, which means you are going to offer people, so many people, your family member, whomsoever you are cooking for, you are going to offer them positive energy, because your energy will be there inside the food, so you have to maintain your energy. So if you are cooking food, do not think that you are going to do a very ordinary thing, very useless thing, meaningless thing.
It's very important thing what you are going to do.
Yes,
so do it properly, with a proper stable mind.
Yes, that's correct. Because it happens, like which has become the fact. I have seen it many places. Like when it comes to earning money, people focus it a lot on earning money, which is very important.
In today's office time, they can't eat properly the food.
Yes, that's again another reason. After cooking food, if everything has happened and if you are carrying a tiffin and if you are working in an office or anywhere, if you are working, then do not have food just like that, standing in a corner or standing anywhere. Previously, I talk about previous, like a situation, people, they never used to forget about standing. They never used to have food just like that. Even in sitting in a place also, they never used to have just like that. When it comes to eating food, there are several things which one should keep in their mind. They cannot have anytime, anywhere, anyhow. People are actually doing it like that. That is how their life is becoming so miserable. Because they are not aware of so many things. So many things. All these knowledges has vanished, it has gone. And just because of lacking of proper knowledge, people are committing suicide.
They are not getting the proper food.
They are not getting proper energy actually. Food is a medium through which you can get energy. So first we talked about the cook, second again we talking about those people who are having food in their office.
And third that how people not get proper food, then they commit suicide.
No, yes, no. Actually, when I talk about committing suicide is just because not having the proper knowledge, lacking of proper ancient knowledge actually, which everybody should have. You know, like in previous time when they used to have the Gurukul or a place where, you know, like Rishi, Maharishi, they used to teach. That was the real knowledge.
Yeah.
In today's world, if you are studying in a school, college, university, that is okay. That is, if you ask me, frankly, honestly, that is not that important. Because I have seen many people, you know, like I have seen people talking to me who are so-called professor of some universities, and they are talking about suicide. What kind of knowledge they have since their childhood? If after becoming a professor, a scientist or a doctor, if you think to commit suicide, then what kind of knowledge you are carrying? Which means that whatever knowledge you are carrying, whatever knowledge you are having with you is not sufficient at all. Why it is not sufficient? Because nobody teach about themselves. We should know about ourselves first. Like if I talk about mind, like what kind of mind you are having right now? Do you know how much power your mind is having? I'm talking about today, at this present time. Check yourself. See your status. See and understand what are the things you can do and what are the things you cannot do. I often ask to people a simple basic question and they fall from sky. I said, I'm asking about yourself and why are you giving me that expression?
They can't answer properly. When we ask them, what you want, what is your goal? Many people say, what is goal, man? They start thinking about it. What is my goal?
Yes, and apart from that, if we talk about, you know, like good point and bad point and whatever things are there, maybe something which is like attracting towards you, if you think that, okay, these are the things which we should keep in our mind, we should live our life in a proper way. Nobody thinks such things. Everybody think only how to make money, how to move on in life, how to make people
Only
food.
People want money and money.
Fool, and yes, they earn money by doing anything and everything. They don't hesitate, never hesitate even before lie. They just say anything and everything just to make a profit, just to make money. They do anything and everything, which is why people, they are losing their generally I'm talking about their inner essence, their, you know, like that positive energy which everybody used to have once upon a time. And all these things are happening because people since childhood they are not getting that proper knowledge, which I believe that everybody in all school and colleges, everybody, every university and every organization, every company, there should be some kind of knowledge about this energy and energy world, so that people will have that clarity, so that they can work properly, they can perform their work, and they can, you know, manage the stress, and they would be able to understand this is why we have been facing so much a problem, and this is how we can heal our own problem, like what we do generally. So people are lacking of several things.
I have one question that many office time, school time, what time they should need for the lunch time or tiffin time? What time? 30 minutes, 20 minutes for a proper feed of positive energy? See,
time may vary from person to person. Okay. So what all I mean to say is that if you are having food, then don't have food in hurry.
Okay.
Previously, people used to have food. I'm talking about the early age. They never used to look anywhere else. It's like if food is here, and if I'm having food, then the food is there and I'm here. Then I will not bother even to, you know, like to look around and to see who are there, who are talking and whatever things are there. So it's like if you're having food, forget the whole world, forget
then
everything.
Then you will get the proper energy.
Yes, you have to focus on food and then you have to eat it with that state of mind that you are going to consuming, or you are having food, you are consuming very important energy, which is very very important to you, to your life, to your body. So focus on that and pay 100% attention to the food and then have it. So this is the proper way. If it happens that okay, you are having food and you have to chew it very properly, you are having food.
If any important work or call came, then how we can keep it aside if any important emergency
that depends. So when it comes to emergency, we cannot help it till the time it is not like if it is emergency. But if it comes to other things, then we should of course avoid it. Everything is has fixed by us. Everything. We are the one who decide whether should we take the call or not, whether should we talk to somebody else or not, whether should we watch television while eating food or not.
My brother is daily watching the phone and eating. I'm telling him daily that don't do this, but he's not listening to me.
Because this has become the habit. If I talk about a small child and if we teach him all those things which is very important and why it is important. We not only have to teach, we have to make it a very practically we have to make him understand that this is why we should follow all those things. This is the reason why while having your food you should not watch television, you should not talk to anybody else. This is the reason. We have to explain them in such a way, in a practical way, so that the people would be able to understand. Then only they will follow. We cannot
especially teach them. Parents should teach them.
Yes. Because we cannot expect people to be robot and they will listen to you just like that, whatever you say.
Yeah.
We have to be practical. So that's all about. And when it comes to food, take your time. If it might happen that you are taking 15 minutes, you are taking 20 minutes, you are taking half an hour, it's completely fine. And you just forget everything and have your food. And if you're say for example, if you have some kind of work and if you are not having that much of time, then have your food, whatever food you are having, have one in one consciousness, with one state of mind. And if you feel like you are having it very slowly and properly, but somehow you are not going to make it, we are not going to finish the food that time, then you can have the half food, rest half food you can have next when you are going to get the time. Because if food is there, and if you have limited time, and if you tell to yourself that no, I have limited time, somehow I have to finish the food, and somehow you just had it, then there is no point of having that kind of food, or there is no point of having food like that. It's better to finish your work properly and then to sit in peace,
and
completely relax yourself,
and then mind. Then we have to have the food.
Then have food. That's very important. So food is very important.
It gives lots of positive energy. So have it properly in a stable mind.
Yeah, because nowadays I see many things around. I don't feel good. I see people standing on footpath and they have their food. They do not have option, or maybe their work life has become like that.
Most of the office people are going. I see when I come to office. I see many people, they are not doing their breakfast from the home. So they are doing the breakfast on the road from the stalls which are made.
Yes. See, this is what I want to say again. Try to have your home food no matter what, and if you're not getting time, then get up 1 hour early. At least cook something for yourself instead of having outside. I find it so funny. Nowadays, nobody trusts on anybody. It's like even if I talk about the family member, one member does not trust another. So it's like nowadays. I often get this kind of people. When they talk, they always talk about about trust. They say that we cannot trust anybody, not even their family members. So I find it very funny when I see that you cannot trust your own family member and you cannot, share some of your knowledge or some of your experience with them because somewhere you are not comfortable. And I'm talking about same kind of person. You can actually go out and actually you can have from anybody's hand.
No,
the cook would be anybody, and you have no idea how the cook has cooked the food. You have no idea what kind of energy he has mixed with the food. How you can rely on those cook? How? You cannot rely your own family member, but
Which
you
type
can
of
rely on the strangers.
which type of ingredients he may be added, used clean water or not, pure water.
Everything does matter. You know, like
His hands are clean or not.
I just watched a movie. It happened just you know, like accidentally it happened. I would say there was a just video. I was just seeing it. Actually, there was a peddler kind of thing. He was cooking food, carrying from one place to another, and some stalls were there, and they were washing dishes. All those dishes they were washing with the drain water.
Oh my God.
And when I saw it, I was saying, wow, this is what it is. So I find it very funny. People, they cannot trust their family member, but they are very comfortable to trust on strangers about whom they have no idea. They just
and
go
they are
out
paying them for that food.
yes, and they just go out anywhere and everywhere and they have food just like that. So I think that eating food is very important, and one should not have from anywhere. You should check the place. You should, you know, like take the review. You should see everything, whatever, you know. Like I'm talking about all those things which is feasible. And the best thing, try to have food, home food. Try to have home food.
Best is home food.
Yes, that is best. Even if you are having, say for example, you are very busy today in the morning, you do not have time. Cook food last night, even if you are carrying something which you have cooked last night, that is even better. 100 times better instead of having something fresh which is, you know, like buying from any kind of store or something like that, where, you know, cleanliness is not there, where you have no idea what kind of food they are going to get. You are going to get what kind of, how they prepare food, how they make and all. So instead of having unknown places like this, it's always better to have home food. It could be a few hours back you have cooked. It could be like, you know, like one day before, even if you have cooked, I suggest to have home food.
Thank you, Mahagururaj ji, and thank you for being with us, support us, and share this video and in your group and surrounding, that how food we should cook properly with a stable mind, and how the office people eat their food in a hurry, eat in a stable way and in a proper place, and don't eat outside food like stall and all. You can eat, but watch the place and surrounding, is there any cleanliness or not. Then you can have your food and breakfast also, and so share this video in your group and surroundings so that they will get the proper knowledge about this food. Thank you. Namaskar.